You still remember how do you get the relative keys, right?
Yeah.
Third degree of a major scale, it's a relative minor. So when you take in that third degree, make it a tonic key on a minor scale, you're gonna get the same set of keys, but this one is gonna be like much more setter and stuff like that. You understand? So it's C minor or D major. Yeah? Sharp. This is what I'm gonna do. Remember, you can say FL keys, né? Right click on top of FL keys. I'm not gonna use the shortcuts, you understand? Why? Because of shortcuts sometimes people they forget. Well, I'll just try to go manually. So now you go right click on top of FL keys, go to piano roll. So now I've got piano roll here. Let me just stretch it. Now I've got piano roll. Does it make attention? Can I do piano roll now? Now what I'm gonna do, I need to follow tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. You get my point? Because with minor scale, there's gonna be a tonic, C, C minor, a tone, a semitone. It's a tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. You get my point? You get my point? If you get like your scaling correct, it's not gonna sound like do re mi fa sol la ti do. But if your scale is correct, it's gonna be do re mi fa sol la ti do. You understand?
Okay, for me.
Okay. I agree. Minor scale. Remember, minor scale is a tone. It's a tone. It's a tonic key. A tone. 1, 2. Semitone. Tone. Tone. Semitone. Tone. And then it's a tone. You get my point? That's how you get it. When you're going back, you understand? Sharp. Some of us we are not like classical piano players, so understand. We didn't grow up with the church whereby people they playing for choir, you understand. Most of producers, by the way, you can see they are perfect in playing these things. They've played again. They grew up, you understand, go with the church and then playing for the choir. That's why they're so perfect in terms of playing, you understand, like analog. So now remember we're doing digital music, right? So I'm gonna try to show you how to do digital chord progression. And then that chord progression needs to sound like it was played by a human, you understand? Because remember we're doing in the box. Sharp. So I'm gonna go and choose my key, yeah? Let's go to the middle one, which is C. Yeah? I'm gonna put C, drag everything. Remember it's C, a tone from C. I don't know it's a C minor. A tone from C, that means I have to jump one key and then come here. You get my point? Mm-hmm. And then a tone from, a semitone from C, from D, it's gonna be D sharp, a tone, né? And then a tone from D sharp is gonna be F. And then a tone from F is gonna be G. Semitone from G, G sharp. A tone from G sharp, A sharp. A tone from A sharp is C. So the very same thing that is here is the very same thing that is here. Does it make attention? So now we're using, the difference is we're using a pencil to draw these things. Does it make attention about it? Sharp. I'm gonna highlight this and then take a brush tool. Where are my tools? Take a brush tool, press shift and hold, and then move it, man. Control A, Control A, okay, let's say Control B to duplicate. or you can come here, go to edit, copy, and then I'm gonna paste it here. Okay, it doesn't want. I need to duplicate this thing. Let's go to the pencil, Control A, Control B, or you can just say duplicate by coming here. Duplicate.
So Control A, the highlight our fail.
Yeah, Control A is to highlight everything. Control Z is to quantize, you understand? So now, again, you need to memorize them, Mabo. So manually, you're gonna have to go to this down arrow here, go to edit, duplicate. So it's gonna duplicate this thing to the next bar. You understand? So I'm gonna say duplicate. So it's duplicated to the next bar. And I'm gonna take this bar, move it to C, which is C2. Does it make attention?
Mm-hmm.
Which is what? Which is C2. Which is C2. Let me highlight this. Delete this. Highlight that. Yeah, flew here this year, man, is gonna kill us. I'm telling you, boy. And then again, let me duplicate these ones. Go to edit, duplicate, and then I'm gonna take these ones. You take in the last key, Babo. I'm gonna take these ones and then put them above. You get my point by C4. Now I've got like that thing that says, I understand. So I've got my scale. Does it make attention? So I've got what? I've got my scale. You understand? So I'm gonna say Control A to highlight everything, and then go to this, go to your edit, and then I'm muting all these nodes. Now they are muted. Even when I play, nothing is gonna come out. You get my point? So I've got a scale now, which is gonna help me to play my chords, to be on scale. So a chord, you understand? Like I'm not gonna be off scale or like a sound or ring, maybe a key that is off. You understand? I know most of people they've got a problem with that. Like you are playing Mario, you don't know where to follow after a certain key. So I understand or a certain chord. So I'm gonna duplicate this. I'm gonna clone this. You understand? Rename it. It's important to rename things so that you mustn't get lost in your project. You understand? So this is gonna be chord. I'm gonna say piano chord. This is gonna be piano chord. Does it make attention? And then now I'm gonna go and pull up my mixer. Pull up my mixer. This channel here, I'm not gonna attach it to any of my channels in the mixer. Why? Because of it's a ghost channel. You get my point? It's a ghost chord. Like you can come and even rename it ghost. I don't know. What can I rename? Ghost keys, or let's say scale. So this one is for scale. You understand? So that I know already. I'm gonna be playing this scale, which is C minor. The chords at the end, they are muted. You get my point? So there's nothing like a sound that is gonna come out sharp. And then I'm gonna assign this to channel number 1. Go and rename it piano chord. This is very important. Piano chord. You get my point? And I'm gonna go to my pattern, which is pattern number 1. Does it make attention? Okay, let's leave the pattern for now because I'm gonna split to pattern and then we can name or rename patterns. So now this attached to go mixing whatever I'm playing. Sound is gonna come out from my mixer. Does it make attention? Sharp. And then now I'm gonna come to this piano chord, right click, go to piano chord, Can you see like all those muted keys now? They appear here. Does it make attention? So now I've got all muted keys. As a guideline, you know, okay, I can place here, there, and there, and there. You get my point? So now I've got muted keys. Let's go and start from the beginning. I'm not gonna use the shortcuts, né? I'm gonna use straight the idea. FL stuff, level. Yeah, Ghost Channel is like the guideline. I didn't split anything into patterns. Why? Because of if you say split into patterns and then you start writing music with different patterns, this is gonna be muted. So I'm playing in one pattern. You get my point? But I've muted those keys. Remember, I wrote my tone, semitones, which is sounding like. You get my point? And I've drawn all those keys, one time, and then highlight them and then mute them. You understand? So now they're appearing on each and every. Hey man, you guys be on all. Any channel or any track that I'm gonna put into this pattern is gonna show this thing. You get my point? So now this works like a guideline. This is my guideline. I'm gonna start with my chord. Okay, this is lower. Let's start here by drawing notes in here, random notes. But I'm drawing on top of keys that are muted. You understand? I'm not drawing on top of any space in between that. I understand. The draw in a. Okay, let's play. I'm gonna come maybe here. Now I'm listening. Oh, it sounds nice. I don't know what to do. And then let's go here maybe. So now you're listening. Just come here. There's no need. You can play them if you know how to play. Sure. But in this system, there's no need. You
just need to find them.
You can play. You understand? Sure. The only difference is here you need to listen. Here you already know, okay, I'm playing like in this system. C. After C is D sharp, is G sharp. And then after G sharp, I go to D sharp, and then go to G. You get my point? One. So this is what I'm playing right now. Does it make attention? But here, remember you throw it now. And of which most of digital producers, people who are doing digital music, or who are doing like electronic dance music using a software, they're using a pencil. I don't know if you have noticed that. Even hits are made by a pencil. Understand? So now I've got this as my bass line. Remember I started with the bass line again. You get my point? So I'm gonna go and look, okay, now I need to build up a chord. You understand? I need to build up a chord. So I need to go 12 semitone higher to my octave, which is gonna be what? C4. You understand? So I'm gonna put this. Listen. Remember, chords is 135, right? Because the base for chord or how to build a chord is 135, and then after that you're gonna have like the edit and all of those things. You understand? So now, what is gonna be 135 of C minor? So 135 of C minor. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it makes life simple for you. You understand? To build up a chord. Why? Because of you calculating now. Now it's a chord. With bass follows bottom rule, if you still remember the bass follows bottom rule. So I'm gonna come here again. Okay, this is what? This is G2, right? So I need to go to G2. I need to go to G4. This G4. You get my point? And then 135 for G4 is gonna be what? Okay, sharp. Now I need to come here and then extend this. Extend it by highlighting this from C, and then remember, down arrow, duplicate the note, take this note, put it here. You get my point? Still, that note is gonna be, those notes are gonna be muted, and then I'm gonna come and extend now, because I have to extend another octave. You get my point? So 135 of that is gonna be 1, 2, 3. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it makes up a chord. You understand? A full chord for that. And then let's go and play again. Does it make attention? Why? Because of agree is G. It's G, which is gonna be G minor. So when I'm playing this is, and then for G, it's gonna be G 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. You get my point? So this needs to go to is G sharp. Hey man, is G sharp or is G there? It's G sharp.
G sharp.
Wrong time. So that means I have to go to what? To G sharp. This is G sharp. Does it make attention? Count 3 steps from G sharp. Because it needs to be G sharp, C, and D sharp. Does it make attention? Sharp. G sharp. 1, 2.